right, he's a contributing editor to Vanity Fair, and his new book is No One Left to Lie To, The Triangulations of William Jefferson Clinton. I'm guessing not a fan of the president. Christopher Hitchens right over here. Hey, it's been too long.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you for coming back. The band is Better Than Ezra, and the new CD is How Does Your Garden Grow? And he is Kevin Griffin. Kevin. Hey, thanks for coming by.
Thank you so much.
And she's a fabulous dancer, actress, author, and cultural icon. Her new book is Get Skinny on Fabulous Food. Suzanne Summers. There you are, Skinny. How are you?
Hi.
Thank you very much.
Hello, how are you?
Okay.
Hi.
Okay, well, here's your book, Christopher. No One Left to Lie To, the Bill Clinton story. And as I say, I guess you're not a fan, and we'll get into that. But here's what I want to ask. Today, he sort of made a deal just before we went on the air. It was on the news. Looks like he got Russia on board. Our Congress has not been supportive of his foreign policy. But last year, when Clinton was going through his ordeal, leaders from all around the world made the point of coming here to stand by him and say, you know what? You people in America are crazy. I mean, Nelson Mandela did this. Václav Havel of Czechoslovakia, Nobel Prize winner. Tony Blair. King Hussein of Jordan got off his deathbed to stand next to Clinton and say, you know what, I've known 9 U.S. presidents from Eisenhower, and this guy is the best one. He is the real deal. So my question is, what do you know that they don't?
Well, ask me on my deathbed. I think I'd have to be that far gone to make the mistake you just made. Mr. Clinton had 2 cabinet meetings last year, count them, 2. One to lie to his cabinet in January, one in August to say, sorry guys, I'm going to have to tell some of the truth now. He had no press conferences unless he was forced to by the visits of Nelson Mandela, Václav Havel, Tony Blair, and King Hussein, any one of whom is worth
So that's your answer?
25, yeah, any one of whom.
He didn't have enough press conferences?
Any one of whom is worth 25 of him. None on his own. No, he had to
Nelson
embarrass...
Mandela's crazy. Václav Havel's crazy.
No, he had to embarrass his guests in order to appear. He wouldn't take questions on his own. He wouldn't say, I know you want to ask Mr. Mandela something. You might have some questions for me.
Yeah, but give the guy a break. I mean,
he used Nelson Mandela as a human shield. What could be more disgraceful than that?
Our country is in great shape financially. That's a big deal for all of us. People are enjoying being able to afford
They can buy
food.
the Buttmaster.
They can buy the Buttmaster. Everyone can have one.
There's a torso track, too.
Or the torso track.
You had to bring that up. And Paula Jones is 800 grand better off. Which is
she can be the Buttmaster.
I don't believe it.
No, wait a minute. Listen. The guy is... The guy's a complete reptile. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, but you know, can we speak from a place of compassion? All right, the female here. Bill Clinton, as we all know, is a child of an alcoholic, and as you know, and a few of you know, I've written several books about what it's like to grow up with an alcoholic. The first thing that you ever read about a child of an alcoholic who lived in this environment is a child of an alcoholic will lie just as easily as tell the truth, because what you live with is so humiliating and so embarrassing. And I don't know if anybody in this room has ever watched their mother be hit, but you feel so powerless, so that you either become a victim and just shrivel up, or you become one of these kids that's going to show that son of a bitch that you're not the worthless piece of whatever that he keeps telling you you are. And so I put Bill Clinton in that category, and he went all the way to prove so much that he was President of the United States. But when he got there, because of all the low self-esteem that comes from being a child of an alcoholic, he didn't feel he's worth it. So he had to screw it up.
So it's all about...
It's compassionate. It's understanding behavior.
If it's compassionate because you're saying, it's very compassionate, you're saying his problems should be ours. I'm saying he should certainly seek some kind of treatment. But do you think
he's not the first president of the United States to have those problems?
It seems to me, no, but he's the current one.
Yeah.
He's the one we've got now, and it seems to me that president.
You don't even sound like you're American.
Seems to me.
I don't think that Clinton is any different than
Since you asked me, I'm going to finish this sentence if it kills me.
It's
okay.
a tough
It
room.
seems to me that presidential therapy isn't working for him. We can feel sorry for him. I'd feel sorry for him if he'd become a private citizen.
Isn't working.
He's trying to use the presidency for therapy, and it's not working for anyone. Ask the people in Kosovo.
Has anyone
who are being
ever
killed,
been...
Speaking of therapy, see, I don't think
killed
Clinton...
to save his face.
I don't think Clinton
People
is
are
any
dying
different.
to save this guy's face. It's not funny.
All right, okay.
Okay, now I want to...
What a face to die
Can I
for.
finish my sentence now?
Yeah, what do you
No,
I don't think this president is any different than any of the past presidents. There's a new climate with the press and partisan politics attacking the president who used to be. But I think, on the other hand, speaking of therapy, which I wanted to ask you, is what is it, you have such vitriol for popular icons, whether it's Mother Teresa or Princess Di, and now
don't
William
like
Jefferson
Mother
Clinton.
Teresa?
And I want to know what is it that you find this profound disdain you have for these people who...
That kind of does put some perspective on it. You don't like Clinton, you don't like Mother Teresa.
You're like Princess Di.
Princess Di, yeah.
I mean, you know, she died with a bucket. That was her only possession. How can you
Yeah,
not
but
like
where'd
her?
she get that bucket?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I have no. You didn't do the audit. You didn't do the audit. But since you asked, I quite like Mr. Mandela and Mr. Harville, both of whom I've met as a journalist also. I have some kind things to say for some people. Mr. Clinton, you say it's the same. Mr. Clinton is a rapist, okay? Been plausibly accused.
Rapist?
Yes. Plausibly, believably accused 3 times of rape.
Oh, so
you can't
accusations equal reality in your journalistic world. That's the problem with journalism, which is more screwed up than politics, my friend. You know, wait a sec. No.
Your people will clap bloody anything, won't they?
They will, but you know what? It's so wrong just to say...
I operate on the presumption of guilt, and so do you. I can't convict anybody, but I'm not going to say Juanita Broderick is a liar, because everything she says checks out, and President Clinton hasn't denied it yet. He won't comment on the accusations. It's not his word against hers.
Don't
and
you
if
think...
it was, it would be the word of a psychopathic liar.
So in other words, if somebody accuses you of something and you don't dignify it with a comment, you're guilty of it.
Okay,
that's an interesting judicial system that we don't have here in America, I have to tell you.
I'm not a judge, I'm not even a jury.
Oh, but you are a judge. You just said he's a rapist.
Take that look off your face. No, I have an opinion, and I'll defend it.
But you know, going back to this feminine thing here,
you can have that mirror turn towards you as well.
People who have pain have ways of taking pain away.
If I was accused of rape, I'd deny
drugs,
it.
sex.
If it wasn't true.
Well, no, you're not accused of rape. You've certainly been accused of many things in the past several months.
I'll try another one. Yesterday it was agreed by the Treasury Department and the Defense Department that the factory in Sudan that makes all the medicines in Sudan...
I can't get into Sudan. I have to take a commercial. We'll get into Sudan when we come back. I'm sorry.
Tomorrow, when our guests will be Vonda Shepard, Kennedy, Paul Kantner, and Tom Fitton.
Okay, we're talking about the president, and I remember at the beginning of the scandal, the press all said, you know, he's not going to be able to function. And he not only, of course, functioned, but prevailed. They all quit. So. He's still there. He did the job. The economy's good, like you said.
And I think that's precisely the thing that drives you crazy.
The Bush economy and the Federal Reserve economy.
The fact that he excels despite all the things that are done.
No. The comeback kid stuff is the Hannibal Lecter sign about him. He doesn't hurt. He doesn't suffer from humiliation, from disgrace, from ruining the life of his wife, his daughter. It doesn't hurt him.
Look, it is a democracy.
I like that.
It is a democracy here, and his rating is something like, what, 60%?
It's the sign of a psycho.
It's a sign of a psycho to be strong.
No,
we're
strong about what?
What do you want, a president?
Strong about what? He's a pussycat in relation to Milosevic. He's a pussycat in relation to Hussein. He's a pussycat to the opinion polls, to Wall Street, to the Federal Reserve. He rolls over and plays dead. There's nothing strong about him at all.
It's nothingness. To Milosevic.
Nothingness. Now it lasts. Now some genuine, thoughtful applause.
Those are people like you who hate him from the get-go, and it doesn't matter what the facts are because the hate comes first, and then you fit the facts into the hate.
I was trying to give you some facts, and you called a break.
They're not. Shut up. But I was going to ask. Wait a second.
I was giving you some facts. You called a break.
I know, but I don't want to get into the Sudan.
Sudan. I can do it in one sentence.
Okay.
It's been admitted this week in open court in Washington by the Treasury and the Defense Departments that every claim they made and the President made about the only pharmaceutical factory in a poor country, Sudan, that Clinton blew up on the day Mr. Lewinsky went back to the grand jury. Every claim they made is false. They've apologized. They're going to have to pay compensation.
That's
Live with it. Live with it. He's not just a rapist. He's a war
But
criminal.
he's not a rapist.
He's not a rapist,
I
but a
take
war
exception. I take exception to you and the rest of
Did
you
you
people
mention the price of my
in the
book?
Washington
Well,
press
in
forum.
fact, it's
No respect for the president or the office that it holds. And I think that's a reason for some of the problems with what's going on with the presidency
think it respects-
and
you think it
partisan
respects the
politics.
office?
There's no respect for the
Absolutely.
office.
And you know what?
You
He
think it
had the
respects
wrong
the office?
address.
Quiet about a
He
rape.
had the wrong address, and nobody likes him there because it's a good old boys club, and they like when you come from political families. It's just much easier to understand. But he came from Arkansas, and I've never seen such a witch hunt. Have you?
I've never seen.
I've never seen it, and
Yeah,
I was
but-
going to ask, is it this being from this alcoholic
His wife
family?
said. His wife said.
that,
Hey,
wait a
just because we're
second.
from Arkansas.
What?
She's from Lake Forest, Illinois.
Yeah.
But we're talking about him.
She's from a ritzy
We're not
family in
talking
Illinois.
about-
It's Hillary who said. Only she has ever said they hate us because we're from Arkansas, and she's not from there.
Yeah, but she
They
spent
can't
the
even
better
be
part of
phony.
her life
They
there.
can't
She was
even
the
get
first
right.
lady of
They
Arkansas.
can't even be phony in the right way.
But don't you-
Everything about them is false.
Don't you think before you call someone a rapist, whether they're a citizen or the president, you should know it for sure? You should have that as a...
I've written a long article about
Were you
why she's
there?
right.
Were you there?
But you weren't there. It was 20 years
How do you know I
ago.
wasn't there? Are you asking me or
I'm
telling me?
asking you, were you there?
Well, you
How
weren't
could
there.
So
anyone-
apparently where you're from, which
Because
is
if you were
Arkansas,
there,
you don't
if
believe
you were
by trial
there
by
and you
jury.
were watching.
Look, is it don't ask? Is it? I just have to. Is this don't ask or is it don't tell? Because you're not letting
But
me
you
decide.
weren't there, and you don't know. So this...
And that means we have
So we have
total
to
neutrality
believe,
about it.
but we have
No,
to
but
believe
you have
all
no
of
opinion.
them.
To level that...
How can you, as a journalist, and in the basis being integrity, which
This is
has
how I
been,
can
which,
do it.
which has been in question
This is how I can do it.
lately.
Yeah. Yes.
This is how I.
If you want to start rhyming Hitchens
Oh,
with things,
go ahead.
Now-
You should do it while
I
I'm
don't
here.
know
though.
how you can question.
Do it while
his
I'm here, or
integrity the
don't
way
do
you
it at all. Wait. Say that to my face, or don't say it at all.
What I'm saying is,
Say it to
you
my
made
face
the
or don't say it.
Let me finish, because I
No,
will.
no.
I will.
I know what you're
In
saying.
the most recent, the May edition
on.
of Vanity Fair.
Come
Would you
on.
let him
Let me
talk? Say it,
finish.
Yes, he's trying to make an insinuation.
but he's trying.
That too.
He's trying, and he would do it if you'd shut the hell up.
You like
He wants.
Say it. Quiet. Suzanne,
like
would you
to
put
show
something
on the
over his
outside
mouth?
that you don't
Thank you.
give. You like to show that you don't give a damn about what people think when you dedicate your entire column this month to trying to tit for tat and against the people, your detractors, the people who are saying that you breached this code of ethics, the lunchroom, and all this stuff in the Sidney Blumenthal thing. And you said that no one has accused you of being a snitch, which would mean you acted out of malice or self-promotion. No one has accused you of that. Well, I'm here right now, and that's what I'm accusing you of.
Are you licking my hand?
I have to take it somewhere. All right, turning to something lighter, and I use the term loosely because we're going to talk about the fat pill now. Do you know about this? The FDA just approved a new pill called Xenocol, which, unlike the other ones, which I guess blocks the desire for food, this actually prevents the food, the fat, from absorbing into your body.
Yeah, and there's another nasty little side effect,
Oh,
which is loose stool syndrome.
I don't want to eat it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather have him
So
calling
bring your
Clinton a rapist
depends.
than
Yeah.
your loose stool.
The article.
He seems like he would know about that.
Yeah, well, you're good. That's another good one.
Give him a chance.
The article came out last week about Xenocol, and there was this thing that said symptoms: gas and oily stool.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Now,
Okay.
I'm on
I
tour.
told you.
I'm currently on tour with our band,
Takes one
and
to
that
tell
was,
one.
that was the buzzword to get on the bus. You'd have to knock and say password, and you gas.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
But
finally he's found a voice.
But you know, there's
okay.
no free
Watch
lunch.
it, Buster.
There's no pill. I mean, what kind of pill is it that would what does it do? Block the fat?
well, it blocks, it prevents the body from absorbing any sort of fat.
What
so
kind of pill is that?
Well, I'm asking you because you've spent your life hawking contraptions to make your butt firm. So, actually,
And have you been using yours?
I had it, which I think is an amazing device, the tummy.
The torso track.
which
Thank
the
you.
torso track.
But
God, I'm getting a plug.
Can't you
And
see
you look
every
good.
heart surgeon
You look
in
good
this-
using it. Look at that
America
position
going,
she's in.
hey.
If you could be in this position on the tummy track, I tell you, you
Yeah.
wouldn't get a lot of exercise done. But anyway,
Yeah,
but, I
good
mean,
thing
if
I'm
you-
not a shepherd.
if you could take a pill, and apparently they have one now, which, I mean, it actually says on the bottle, take with fries. You can, because that's what you can do. You can eat anything.
That's so sick, though.
You
I
think
mean,
it's
because well, I do because. You know, it's about metabolic aging. It's about feeding your body with the right nutrients so that you can live a long, healthy life. So they're giving them a pill that will allow them to eat all the wrong foods. What's that going to do to their health? I just don't think there's any free lunch. On the other hand, my book, Get Skinny on Fabulous Food.
But I mean, come on, is this not also a little bit fallacious? Get skinny on fabulous food? You can't get skinny. Fallacious.
Yes. No, I'm not. And I agree.
Yeah. But come on, can you get skinny on fabulous food?
Yes. Have bacon and eggs for breakfast and steak for dinner. And
But you have to be exercising on a regular basis.
no, really, if you understand that fats aren't the enemy, it's sugar. I eat no sugar. I eat no sugar, but I eat butter and cheese and olive oil.
Everybody has a different theory.
I know, but
and
mine
they
works.
change what they...
I know, but honest to God, mine works, really.
But don't you think...
There are like a million people doing it.
Don't you think different things work for different people? Some people it's sugar, some people it's fat, some people... Because one day they say, you know, pasta, it's great for you. That's what... Then next
I know, but you know...
Where the New York Times had the thing saying, finally, it's been proved that red wine is much better for your heart than anything else. And also the bit I really liked, the decaffeinated beans really do give you cancer of the pancreas.
Well,
There's a Woody Allen movie about that, isn't it? In Sleeper, Woody Allen discovers that one day
And red meat is good for you.
He's been born
Yes.
late enough to find that smoking cheers you up and increases short-term concentration
I
and
hadn't
all that
heard
other
that.
good
The
stuff.
decaffeinated beans?
Decaffeinated beans will really rot your pancreas.
You're doomed.
Well, no, but it's not the steam. It's not the
stop
steam
with the
decaffeinated. That's only the chemically
You can't take all these
decaffeinated. Only
oils.
the chemically decaffeinated. The steam kind of are you get a teeny bit of caffeine.
I used to say this in my
Caffeine
act.
blocks your sex organs, though. Your sex hormones, not your organs. Excuse me. Your sex hormones.
I'm just going to have water. We'll take a commercial. We'll be back. I'm not going to eat.
Like free tickets to Politically Incorrect, call 323-575-4321.
Okay, Christopher, your book, No One Left to Lie To. I must say you're a handful, but I'll tell you what I said in the break publicly. You are one of the few writers, like P.J. O'Rourke and Maureen Dowd, who when I get the publication you're in, I rush right to what you write because you are compelling, and I hope there's no hard feelings.
Yes, there are.
Yes, there are. Okay. Well,
This was tense
Yeah.
here. Yeah, I was getting a little nervous. I was going to come over and sit next to you.
Just because someone gets away with everything doesn't mean they're not a rapist, a war criminal, a liar, and a crook.
Okay,
Yeah, but
tomorrow we're going to
unless
have Vonda Shepard,
you're in
Kennedy,
Yeah.
Paul Kantner, and Tom Fitton.